Hi there, keen traders. This is Currency Watch. We've been pretty much sidelined so far this week. Well, no, I have been sidelined so far this week. It has been an interesting week at that. Today, there just weren't any trading opportunities that presented themselves, and let's just go through that real quick. If we go through and let me just show you something. If we go through and we looked at all the trades that we could have done so far this week, it's just information I keep up to date all the time. What are we doing here? The 50 fib method. So far this week, it would have been actually a pretty profitable, slow grinding week, and you can see that we've entered none, but on Monday we could have had two, and then yesterday there was opportunities to tap in the Great Britain JPY and the Great Britain New Zealand, and a loss in the Great Britain odd. And we'll go through all those and the reason I was sidelined and so forth. And today there was basically no opportunities. I'll update this right now. Missed the Great Britain JPY by actually an entry in the Euro JPY by 2 pips, and that would have been a nice 120 pips. Let's go through though and just do all the pairs, and we will take a look at what we had. And actually, let's go through last month's numbers. After going up very well for the last two months, you can see that last month, here I have over here, actually I should give you more details on this. This is the actual trading results, the trades that I posted out, and then the test is basically just what we could have had if we did every single trade without putting any thoughts into it at all. And you can see that for the month, it was the first negative month so far of the year. It happens though, minus 185 pips, not that bad, limited to losses on the downside. And you can see that last week killed us, minus 242. I was pretty upset after that, minus 160 on Thursday and then minus 100 on Friday. But you can see if we did every trade, it would have even turned out worse, minus 260, minus 100. But for the month, it would have been plus 233. But that is a little misleading because I didn't even start trading this Great Britain New Zealand until the second week. It was a pair that I came into, and just because the performance was so strong that first week. And you can see that the pair was up 470 that first week, then I lost 320 the next week, and you know sometimes it is what it is. But you can see the pair consistently had returns of 104, 232, and then what last week minus 12, so for 474 pips. I'm not too concerned about this. I mean, you know, sometimes you have bad months. I mean, if we go back through all the other months, you can see that in September, you know, plus 1500. August we have plus 3267, that was amazing. And in July you have plus 2050. So you know, sometimes you just take a little bit of a break. But if we go through, we can see that this is, we can see that in the majors so far. Let's just get a pair here today. In the majors so far, I have about 10 monitors going on at once here. All right, so we can see today in the trades that we had possible setups. This is the one that kicks you in the face and it pisses you off. And tomorrow we have our range here. We see that the pair was below. I mean, to be honest, I was favoring a break below her, and then it shot higher last night. And then we came back, and we were just, I mean, I'll be honest, you know, I'm not up 24 hours a day. This was at 3:15 in the morning my time. So what I do is I set an alarm here on the 50 fib looking for an alarm to go off, and the alarm didn't go off because it was never touched. So we didn't get into that trade, and by the time we broke in, by the time I'm taking a look at things around 4 o'clock, you know, it's funny things, I was up at 3:30 looking around. You can see that the pair broke higher. So the way this would have worked out, if it had gone down 2 more pips, our entry would have been right about here at 132.93, and then we would have had a pop up to 133.60. So it would have been a nice, you know, 70 plus 50, 130 pips, and our risk would have been right around here. What we say, that was 92, so right around 33, right here at the bottom of the range. I might not even give it that much risk, so that could have turned out to be a nice trade. Great Britain JPY, we didn't get anything. It was just basically trending along. If we look yesterday in these same trades, because I think this was one of them that had a nice setup. We had the really narrow range yesterday, and you can see that this pair looks like it did not hit. Let's see the Great Britain JPY. we had a pretty narrow range also on that one walking into the day, and let's see how exactly it panned out. You can see that the pair, oh, once again, this is a nice one. The pair in European trading, I probably don't have these levels exactly right, but it came up and just barely touched that 50 fib level, then shot down, closed out for 315 before moving all the way up. So that would have been a nice setup once again. And if we want to look at the odds play layouts, we know there was nothing today, and let me get the actually it'll be the 5th. But yesterday, let's see what we had. We can see that the pairs yesterday did act very nicely. You can see we had this push down to the 50 fib, then a quick reversal to the top of the range, 49 to 193.30. That was quick. And actually, the reason I passed on that one is that there was news coming out, but I didn't expect a reaction similar to that. And in the Great Britain odd, we just had a bunch of cluster in that pair. It didn't come down. So basically, yesterday, we had one hit minus 100 and then two hit plus 100 all around, but today we didn't really have any action. But I know what everybody's watching for. Let's take a look at the what we have going in the Euro USD and Great Britain, because I'm going to try to start scalping into these pairs, and then if that we can just put in orders and let it run so people don't have to be sitting here staring at the monitor waiting for me to say something. So let's see. It's a difficult we basically have nothing right now in the Great Britain, and in the euro we may have something, but it's not that pronounced because we have a big data feed tomorrow. That's why we're not in that trade right now. But let's take a look at the Great Britain USD, and you guys definitely watch that video I put out today to get an idea of what's going on. You can see that this pair is in a consolidation zone, and you can see basically we had the higher high, low, high, and then we broke it. So now we're looking to get back in the trade. So we set our bot trade, and we set our range bottom and our range top. It's not really at the 63 level, but that is the high of the year, so that's definitely something to keep our eyes on. And then we're looking for an opportunity to break lower or higher. I'm guessing we're probably going to go lower, but we'll have to see what the BOE does tomorrow, and we're probably going to get clarity. But then we're going to have the payroll the next day, which people are expecting these outrageous payroll numbers like 280, so forth and so forth. We haven't had any number like that anytime recently, so I don't know why people are anticipating such a large move in the short term, especially with the government slowdown, I think, coming in on the last numbers. So you can see that we have this pair sitting, so we need a break of this range, either to the top or the bottom, before I'm going to feel comfortable getting into anything. And if we wanted to, just be really ambitious today, we throw a 50 fib at this level right now, right here. The pair is at the 50 fib level from this current range. And if we had just a lower low there, that would favor a push lower. Bam, we'd be in it. But we don't have that lower low. It's not there. And so I don't have a bias for this pair to continue going lower at the current moment. And basically, tell you the truth, that this break above that range puts that out of picture. So this pair is in no man's land at the moment. And the Euro USD, same thing. You can see that this pair moved up, and we do have a nice reversal here. I give it that. And to be all honest, you'd have this break here of the range, a really low break, and then you could see you would have a 50 fib pulled back. You could have easily jumped into that pair at that 50 fib pullback, which would be around 137.65, and you could have rode this lower. And by this point, your stop loss would be here at 135.82, and you'd be looking for a continued break lower. And you could even have entered at this 50 fib pullback, which I'm guessing is around 135.35, and be in the cross for another move. Right now I'm flat. I'm not jumping into this pair ahead of the ECB tomorrow, because we could easily get a spike in one direction or the other. But if I was in the trade, I would definitely still stay in the trade. I would not close out for this position, because we're still looking just to enter. We get a break of this range and we get a pullback, we could see a buff of this entire range down to 127.50, and there are some reports favoring a euro just general slow weakness throughout the remainder, not just this year but next year. So we'll have to keep our eyes open for that. So right now we're flat in both these euros and the euro and Great Britain swing trades, but we could definitely get clarity for that tomorrow. And that 137 entry I had in the euro, I'm going to take that off once I finish this, and we're going to have no current positions or lookout in this pairs. And that's what happens in these trades. You're there could be sometimes a whole month at a time where there's nothing that you get into, but that keeps this from getting clogged up, and then you can ride this pair up and then quickly in like 10 days makes 700-800 pips. And with basically just riding the trend and putting your stops and limiting your stops, moving your pairs to break even, and just looking for 50 fib pullbacks. All right, everybody, good luck trading. I will post everything. I will put this on the blog, and I will post the 50 fib pullback for the Euro USD and Great Britain USD on the chart, and I guess the month-to-date results for last month. I'll put them out there because I just showed you guys. All right, everybody, have a good night, and won't be entering any trades ahead of the ECB and BOE overnight. So basically, we're going to be sidelined for the beginning of this week, and that's it. Talk to you guys later.